Like and subscribe on the way in the door, my people. I hope you all are having a truly fantastic day today.
And I want to talk about two other people, Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan. I swear to God, I might be downplaying Isiah and Joe Dumas, but Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan. I mean, as far as two duos, probably the best two players to ever play the game. To me, I think that's 1-2. 1-2. And you know, this guy here, you know, Phil Jackson asked me to come to Jerry Krause's house, and he asked me, he said, Dennis, you know, we'd like you to come play, but you have to do one thing for me. Could you go in the kitchen and tell Scottie Pippen you're sorry? And I said, you know what? Okay, I'll do that. So, he asked me another question. He said, Dennis, would you like to be a Chicago Bull? I said, my exact words was, I don't give a damn. And Phil Jackson said, welcome to the Chicago Bulls.
So this is going to be a short video, but I was watching some of the Hall of Fame speeches the other day, and I watched Michael Jordan's again. I watched Shaquille O'Neal's. I watched Allen Iverson's. And then I watched Dennis Rodman's. Whatever channel I was on kind of just had them playing back to back. So Dennis Rodman, love him or hate him, and I actually like Dennis Rodman. You know, he obviously has some issues. He's obviously a troubled individual. But what I do like about Dennis Rodman is he tends to speak his mind for the better or worse, you know, unlike mainstream media. So Dennis Rodman is ranked 10th all time in the NBA in rebounds per game. And if I'm sure you all watched The Last Dance, and to me, I think Dennis Rodman is somewhat of a genius, just in terms of how he was breaking down rebounds and the angles being specific to certain players. You know, saying if Michael shoots the ball, he normally misses like this or misses like that. You know, if Scottie does it, and even, you know, players from the other teams, he just seemed like he really studied rebounding in a way that I don't know has been duplicated. And considering he didn't have an extremely long career either, you know, we probably didn't see what he could have accomplished in totality if he had played as long as some other people. You know, he could have used that opportunity to just stack up rebounds like LeBron James is stacking up points. But anyway, so you heard the clip. In this Hall of Fame speech, Dennis Rodman, he's thanking a myriad of people. And then he says two people I'd like to thank. And he talks about Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. And basically says, you know, it may seem like he's leaving Isiah and Dumas out. And these are the kind of things that when I hear these kind of things, so many thoughts come to mind. Again, one of the thoughts that come to mind is, you know, for you fanboys who continuously like to say that the 96 Bulls were a super team, even though you say the Pistons were old when Michael Jordan beat them, which is not true. Just go look up the ages. But you say that. So how is an old guy that Michael Jordan beat in 91 then make the Chicago Bulls a super team in 96? That's interesting to me. What also comes to mind is the bitterness of Isiah Thomas. Now, it's funny, they didn't show Isiah Thomas's face when Dennis Rodman made that comment, but it just made me think that you reap what you sow. You know, it's coming off the video I did earlier today about LeBron James seems to think that he can do whatever he wants with no consequences. You know, he can call himself the GOAT with no pushback. And this makes me think of Isiah Thomas. To me, it's that same kind of mentality. It's like, you think that you can do whatever you want without having the consequences. It's like, you think that Detroit could play that rough style of play without any consequences. Like, you thought that you could walk off the court without shaking hands with any consequences. It's like, you thought that you could spread rumors about Magic Johnson without any consequences. It's like, you thought that you could do all these things and still somehow be looked at in the same light as other greats from your era. Now, here's the one difference I will say about Isiah and LeBron James. LeBron James is overrated. Isiah Thomas is actually underrated. I think he doesn't get appreciated enough for his actual skills as a basketball player. But again, there's a reason for that. You can't do whatever you want and with no consequences. So I think Dennis Rodman having so much admiration for Michael Jordan and Pippen, I think, and again, Dennis played on both teams, so he was able to witness both dynamics. And I think, again, with Michael Jordan, you cannot help to respect somebody who you see working so hard for what they want. This is the thing. It's all about respect, people. And Dennis Rodman obviously has a great respect for Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. And, you know, I tend to talk more about Jordan because, again, I feel like Jordan is what sparked that work ethic in Pippen. Jordan is who showed Pippen how to have that relentlessness and how to have that never say die attitude. But yeah, I think Rodman being on both teams and witnessing that, like, can definitively say that, hey, like, Michael Jordan was that guy because he put in the work to be that guy. And I think you can't help but respect that, no matter who you are, for the most part, unless you're a fanboy. And then the other thing I just took from that is, you know, he said 1 and 2 with Michael Jordan. And again, you know, going back to Scottie is like, which still doesn't make sense. It's like Scottie got so much credit that to hear the way he talks nowadays is a little unbelievable. You know, I've been going, well, I'm always watching old basketball stuff because honestly, none of these new players have anything insightful to say. So I'm always watching old basketball clips. But the amount of praise that Scottie got back then is really unbelievable. Like, you would have, if you believed what Scottie was saying now, you would think that this guy just got ragged on the whole time. But Jordan was constantly praising Scottie. I would say especially during the second three-peat, especially after Jordan came back from retirement. Like, Jordan was constantly praising Scottie. You know, Dennis Rodman constantly praising Scottie. You know, I feel like except for the stuff that Scottie did, like waiting to have back surgery, he really didn't get criticized in the media like that. And that was because Michael Jordan was constantly giving him his praise. So it's like, you know, to me, people like Scottie Pippen, people like Isiah Thomas, people like LeBron James are fighting against the reality of their situation. It's like, you created this situation. Or at the very least, it's like people were there to witness what the situation actually was. It's like, Pippen, no matter what you want to believe, you were never as good as Michael Jordan. That's just a fact. But you were one of the greatest complementary players in the history of the NBA. And that should be saying something. Like, that shouldn't be a shameful thing that you have to take that and feel like, oh, I wish I had the praise that Michael Jordan had. But anyway, this is a short video. Like I said, I was just watching that clip and just kind of brought some thoughts to mind. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. What do you think about Dennis Rodman leaving out Isiah and Joe Dumars and thanking Michael and Scottie? Do you think it's something there between Dennis and Isiah, or do you think it was just more or less the respect that Michael and Scottie had earned from Dennis Rodman playing on that Chicago Bulls team for the second three-peat? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. You all have a truly fantastic day, and I'll see you next time. All right.